Hey, Algebra 2, we're going to look at step functions. A step function is a piecewise defined function. We're using the greatest integer key, but it gives you a series of horizontal line segments. Okay, so it's written as f of x equals the greatest integer of x. Okay, now the way you put that into your graphing calculator is you use your math key, arrow over, and it's now, if you notice while you're looking there, number 1 says ABS. That's your absolute value, okay? But we want number 5 where it says INT, okay? So that puts that on my calculator. I put that X, close my parentheses, and I hit graph. And I can see a series of horizontal line segments that look like steps, okay? Now, for example 3, I did take the time to figure out how to write an equation for that. And it deals with the fact that it's $50 for the first hour and $35 per hour after. Okay, so that $50 is like my y-intercept, and that $35 per hour after is like a rate of change. Okay, so I put graph paper on your topics page, but I'm just going to change the numbers because, first of all, I don't want to go from 1 to 10. I don't want to make a humongous graph. So I'm going to put one of those little zigzags that says I'm going to change my values, and I'm going to go 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, and that'll kind of give you an idea. Now, this is still going to go by ones because this is my hours, and this is my dollars, okay? I'm not going to get to see very many because I should have made bigger intervals. Maybe I should have got my 20s. But you'll get the idea of how it works because I figured out the equation. The equation we're going to input is y equals my rate of change 35 times INT x plus 50. Okay, now I have to change my window for this because it's not going to even show up on a standard graph. I'm going to clear that. Okay, but if I change my window, my x-min can be 0. Now, I remember my x values go by hours, so that can just go up to 10, and it can go by ones. My y-minimum, okay, remember I changed it to 40. This is one where I can say, hey, I want to go up to maybe, there are some auto mechanic bills that are like $300, and let's go by tens, okay? So I've changed my window. And if I go back and I say, okay, 35, math, arrow over, number 5, that gives me my integer, put in my x, close parentheses, plus 50. There's my graph. Okay, and that does look kind of like what's in the book. Okay, so if I was translating that to my graph, okay, I just know it's going to be an open circle here, go to here, add 35, that's 85. See, I told you there wasn't going to be very many. Open circle here, close circle here, 120. Open circle here, close circle here. So I could have made it bigger. Guided practice works a little bit better. The guided practice says that for every full box of newspaper, you can bring that in and get $5 per full box, okay? They don't give anything for a partial box, so 5.5 boxes is still going to count as 5 boxes. and whatnot like that. Okay, so this is my rate of change. So my equation is going to be y equals 5, and then I do my integer function, int x, okay? Again, I want to change my window, okay, because I'm not doing auto mechanics, okay? I still can leave the x's the same. Y min can be 0, Y max maybe 100, and we could go probably by 5s. Y equals, got to change this. 5, math, arrow over, number 5, x, close parentheses, enter, graph. Okay? Now, you could have probably graphed this without, because it's really not hard. You just take your handy dandy first quadrant graph and you change your y values. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, okay? 0 to 1, this is really what you're doing. Because I changed the interval to 5s, that makes it really easy. Just remember, he's going to get $5 for that first full box. So my open circles are at the end. Okay? I don't know. Do some people have a lot of newspapers? Maybe they're having a drive and they're collecting newspapers. Okay? So this is my number of boxes, and this is my money. Okay? Hope that helps with step functions. See you soon.